Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is ConflctNerd Callum here today, bringing you another episode of my Project Highrise series. Today in episode number 8 we have still got a lot to do. So we are in the middle of a mass expansion, I guess you could say. So we're doing a lot to do with our building of these upper floors here. So as you can see, we are, it's a bit of gaps, there's a bit of inconsistency. We're trying to go ahead and have 2-bedroom apartments coming in here, which is something that I want to do. And I also want more medium offices coming into here as well. That is also something that I'm wanting. And right now I think we're pretty much good to go on both of these fronts actually. So, 2-bedroom apartments, you guys require a lot of stuff though which we don't have built, and that is something which I want to go ahead and do. Then I've also gone ahead and made an extremely large difference down the bottom, and there's a reason why. I've also gone ahead and started a extra challenge. They're not called challenges. What are they called? Nope, and that's the wrong thing. GG. City contract, that's it. So this one here is more commuters, and the reason I've done the basement expansion and the reason I've done this is because we're going to go ahead and later on in this episode unlock a metro station which is going to stop, and that's going to allow for more visitors but also more commuters to come ahead and commute to work in our building. So before I go ahead and work towards that, I want to finish off and get people moving into these 2-bedroom apartments. So what I need is, I need a handyman, I need a plumber, I need to have a laundrette or a laundromat, and then we also need to have housekeeping services. So if we jump into here, I can imagine, yeah, it's all in here. So this can be above ground, and that's what I'm going to use one of these floors for actually. So what I'm going to do is it's going to belong on this floor here. So that is a handyman service. That's a plumber service. Then we've got it's the wrong menu, Callum. That's not going to help you out. A laundromat. And then we have again, wrong menu, Callum. Not doing too well here. Dog walking service, no. Housekeeping service, yes. But you're going to take up too much room, unfortunately. So we'll go ahead and stick you up there. So I think these 2 floors are going to be like maintenance floors, again, which I'm going to leave blank, and that's good. And then what I'm going to have is I'm going to have more offices up above. So we've got some eating facilities, some shops here as well, and that's a nice mixture to have. It's sort of the midway point, so what we're going to be having above this is more residential and more offices. Now right now we're a little bit strapped on cash, I'm not going to lie, which is a real shame because we were doing so well. But I think if we've gone ahead and built the facilities now to do a mass expansion to return to that profit, which is good. So let me go ahead and connect up some. I feel like I'm doing this all the time now, honestly. We need to go ahead and add in some more. That is something which I've not considered. Is the electricity closet. That is something which is not good at all, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to add in the wiring closet over here now, which is not great at all. And then we're going to have to connect up you by electricity like that, and then we'll go along there eventually, but we'll cross that bridge in a second. Now what I need to do here is go ahead, and it looks like you guys are requiring. Are you requiring gas or water or both? You require both, which I don't know why you offer. Why do you require gas? Water can be heated up, and so can the irons be heated up by electricity in this day and age, so that's a strange one. Anyway, I'll go ahead and add in some. Oh, this is so frustrating. I need to add you in there. So let's get this game back onto times God knows what speed. I think it's not times 2 though, it's times 1 and then times 5 I think it is, which is strange. You don't really get that many options. Let's add in a plumbing closet in there, then let's add water pipes along there, then let's add water pipes along there. Then let's go ahead and add in gas for this lower floor. For some reason you guys need some telephone connection as well, so let me jump in here, then add in a phone connection there too. So I think that is everybody happy. So now I can go ahead and add in these 2-bedroom apartments, and everyone is going to hopefully be relatively happy, which is good. Now I was having a satisfaction issue at this side of the building earlier on, and I'm not really at all sure why, to be honest. I think it's to do with the area's too noisy. So what I've been doing recently is I've been applying this trait here, Happy Drones, and it's been working out quite well. If we very quickly jump into satisfaction, we can see it's a mixture, but if we come back to it, maybe with 12 hours to go, you can even see now, it's just gradually turning all green. And that is something which is quite strange, but it's something which I'm continuously applying over and over again. Now we have problems, which I need to go ahead and resolve first of all, so I'm going to go ahead and sort out all these issues here. I realise we now need TV for the first time as well, so I need to implement that, and I just need to connect up all the other facilities. Alright, so that issue is dealt with, which is good. So if I want to go back into pods, I just want to check the satisfaction. So as you can see, it's near enough glowing green, which is good. Not really at all sure why you guys couldn't dispose of our trash yesterday. Yeah, we need to do quite a large amount of expansion, and I need to try and make sure we are continuously making profit and not over expanding though, because that's something which I feel we've done a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and add in some more facilities. So our offices at the side here, you guys aren't very happy, and same with the residents here. It's because this area is extremely noisy. So we jump into the noise, you can see that there's quite a large effect. Now it's not too bad, really, but I think people are just, even if the slightest bit of issue is occurring, the slightest bit of overlap, which as you can see is a tiny bit of overlap, you guys get mad or a little bit upset. I mean, you're not sad-faced, I guess it's a very neutral tone. You are having a little bit of a problem with that though, which is not great. Now, I'm going to have to go ahead and, I've really fucked this up. I don't know why I built that there, because I should have built it 2 in. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and extend our trash facilities very quickly. So we're going to stick you in there. Ah, that's the problem. That's why I was very confused why I was getting such a large complaint there. With that in, you should be able to go ahead and move in, build in that area very quickly, and that should resolve that issue. So we build you in there, and then we build you in there, then that should solve all our problems for that floor, at least anyway. Right, so while we're up here, let's go ahead and add in another medium office in there for the time being. Probably not get anyone moved in, and then I think we're good for now. Right, so I want to go ahead and turn my attention down the way, because I want to start to get more commuters into this building. So for this, it's not that simple as far as I can remember. So good thing is we're up to $5,400 a day, by the way. Right, so build a metro station. Metro stations allow more visitors to enter your building and is not impacted by rain. Place this carefully. You can only build one and only build it once. It cannot be destroyed. So the valid reason behind me going ahead and adding in all these floors is because this is as far deep as I can go, I believe. So right now -10. Now we can go ahead and think we possibly can go ahead and extend the width or the height, so height limits. But for the time being, I am not going to go ahead and do that, I don't think anyway. Though we'll see. But that's why I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and build the underground metro station as low as possible to go ahead and basically just keep it out the way. If it's at the bottom, nothing can be under it, so it's not going to have too much disruption. Right, what we require for this though, we do require something, so let me go ahead and see. So, needs consultant upgrade public transit, and for that we need politics. So we need to go ahead and build ourselves a political office. So if I jump into here in politics, and let's go ahead and add in a politics office, then you would actually fit really well in there. So what we're going to do is that extra office we just built, we're going to remove. And then what we're going to do is, again, you might be complaining a little bit about the noise, but I can always go ahead and move it eventually if we need to. So let's go ahead and add you in there. And then with that built, we can go ahead and unlock public transit. We might as well take height limits as well, because we do have the influence right now, so it's worth it, it's worth it. Right, so knowing that, I can go ahead and probably add in some more infrastructure. Now, building height. So, I believe it used to be 59, so it now goes much, much higher, but it doesn't go any lower, which is a good thing. So, I mean, I'm never planning to get that high. This series will end before I get that high, no problem at all, but we can't go lower, which is a good thing. So, unless we can go ahead and jump into this here, and no, we can't. So, we can't go any lower, which is good. So, if I go for transit, we can go ahead and add this in here. So, okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. So this is quite smart. So it's not actually a whole platform which comes along. It's a better system than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that in this corner over here. and that's going to be built and that's going to go underground. So that should allow for people to commute into here no problem. And it looks like we've also got Russell who works here as well, which is quite cool. And from tomorrow, because it is, or we're actually starting to see people already, so I'm not really at all sure how popular that's going to be, if I'm totally honest, but it's down in that bottom corner, and I think it should go ahead and bring more people into this building and possibly increase rent prices, but I'm not 100% sure on that directly. So as we can see now, even though it's at 8 o'clock at night, this metro, it seems to be like maybe every hour people come down and use this. It's either they're going into it or they're coming out of it, but it is starting to get a good bit of use, which is good to see. Right, so now we're at the stage where I want to go ahead and do some mass building, essentially, and for that I need a bit of money, but right now we're not really got too much money. We're bringing in a decent amount per day, 5,000, but for me to go ahead and do lots of building, especially just like doing the basics, not even building individual rooms, to just build floors and all that, I want to go ahead and get it cheaper. So that's obviously where Media Buzz comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and work out what's one I need, and then we're going to go ahead and start to build it. And it's probably going to be its steel actually. So build floors more cheaply, 50% off construction costs for new floor tiles, elevator stairwells. That is literally what I need. So that's going to cost quite a bit of buzz, but it is going to work out for me. So first of all, we're going to slow things right down first of all. And then we're going to go ahead and get building straight away. And then if we go ahead and add an elevator there, and then I don't know how the layout's going to be, so I'm not going to add in the middle elevator for the time being, because I don't know if we're going to be continuing with this method. So let me go ahead and, is 14 the normal price? I'm not really at all sure. I've got the trait on, so I think it is maybe cheaper. I thought building just an individual tile like one of these is going to be 14, but it's getting more expensive as well. Why is that? Is it because we're going up the way? I'm not really at all sure, but I'm building a lot of floors here. That's really the bottom line. You guys are cheaper. Elevators are cheaper. So the original ones are only supposed to be 150, or sorry, 300s, and then these ones should be, all in all, I believe 500, which makes sense. So you guys are half price right now, so the trait is working, which is good. So now with all that planned out, we can go ahead and start to do some mass expansion. And then with that, I also want to go ahead and add in the trash facilities before I forget. That's the main thing. So let's go ahead and add a column in here of recycling, and then another column in here of just normal bins. And then let's go ahead and return to what we were. Oh, I've mucked this up. Actually, this isn't a bad thing. So we're grouping by bins, which is fair enough, and then if we group by, yeah, that's probably a better idea actually. So again, the electricity and wiring closet's going to be jumping around again, but we'll go ahead and add you in there like that, and then we'll add in the plumbing closet right beside it like that. And that's probably a better way of doing it, grouping it by the wires and the pipes and the rubbish. Now, while all this building is going on, we're gonna jump. I mean, there's no fast way to come all the way down to the bottom here, but I'm concerned about how we're doing here. So, yeah, trash amount stored's only 12%. Okay, there's no need to be worried yet. I was worried that we're maybe going over on that front, but it seems to be we're doing okay. How are we doing on this? So we are doing, yeah, plenty of room for more buildings or rooms to be built. Now water, we're a little bit lower on that, but we're not going to be too much expanding on apartments, so we should be fine there. Then what about phone? Phone we're doing okay, and then the other one is TV, which is over here. And here, again, we're not going to be building any. Medium offices don't require TV, so the only thing I think we really need to worry about is phone right now, if I'm totally honest, but we'll cross that bridge at a later stage. So we're going to go ahead and add in 1, 2, 3, well I need to wait for you guys to hurry up, but we're going to need to go ahead and start to use this middle bit a little bit better. So as I said, we've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors which are used for a variety of different things, but I want to start to go ahead and put in more medium and larger offices as we continue here. So if I was to place in a large office, just hypothetically, say here for example, right? What are your requirements? I can't yet get in any more. I need to do more medium offices first before we do large offices. That's the bottom line. Larger offices will be further up in the building if we do build them. So that means that we're going to do medium offices. So how many can I fit in per floor? So I can fit in quite a lot, and then I should be able to get a small one in there actually, which is really good. So you can maybe start to see my pattern, though I'm very unsure of what I've did here. I've left a gap and I've not realised. That's the problem, it's really difficult to see here. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, what I've gone for. So you should hopefully be able to see my pattern now, and then we should be able to add in some more. I'm not going to be using many small offices going forward, but I'm able to add in more small offices. So we're definitely going to be able to complete industry diversification today, which is great. So let me jump back in here to offices, and I want to go ahead phoning it in. So phone construction and daily cost is 50% less. So we are going to do a lot of phone construction shortly because all of these offices are going to require phones. Office construction, I probably should have used that. And then loan, not really bothered. So phoning it in is the one we're going to be using right now. So before I do anything, we're actually going to have to go ahead and add in all of our facilities. Now, we have here, it looks like per floor, 4 medium offices, which we have 20 medium offices going in because we have 5 floors. Then we also have 5 new small offices being implemented as well, which is good. So I'm really liking this pattern. Then I'll go ahead and deal with the residential in a second. Now every single one of you guys is going to require a phone, so we are going to have to go ahead and I believe right now we have an extra room for 19 offices to use phones, or buildings to use phones. However, we currently do not have any money, which is a problem, but I need to go ahead and expand upon that, and that's what we'll do very shortly. But we're going to go ahead and... Why do you guys need water pipes? Why? Well, I mean, I can't go ahead and build in anything until tomorrow, but we need to go ahead and add in some more services as well, which we'll do shortly when I have myself a little bit more money. So that is me gone ahead and let another day go by, which is, I'm really down on the money, as you can see. So we're down to only $3,000 per day. However, we've got this mass expansion done. Now before we go ahead and move in some offices, we are getting some issues with, some are requiring catering services, and I think that's what an issue we're going to come across very shortly. So you guys require water, which I'm not really at all sure, and you prefer lower floors. Right, okay, this could change the whole ball game. So we're going to leave medical for the time being. You hate noisy areas, which this area, or not really that noise, well, that's right, legal offices. You guys, upper floors, hates noisy areas. This area isn't that noisy, it shouldn't be that noisy, but financial, are you guys any easier? No. But the thing is, you guys have catering services. You require catering services. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you guys in here. Then I'm going to jump in and I'm actually going to go ahead and get myself my catering service. So catering services, 400 bucks. You can fit in here quite well, which works for me, no problem. So we'll fit you in there. Now, what do you require? Do you require... Yeah, you require a lot of stuff. And that also costs $150 per day, which isn't that bad. But if we go ahead and add in, I think we need everything in here. So phone, you won't need TV, but you'll need the rest of this stuff. So water and gas, and then that should go ahead and... Whoa. There we go, that works out better. We are going to be able to go ahead, and I can imagine a lot of at least these medium offices are going to require catering, so that should go ahead and also improve satisfaction of these, or at least this office here, I believe it is. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you require... Yeah, the bottom one there, so expects catering service, which is great. So if we go ahead and deploy that, then that is updated, which is good, and that is that problem solved. So that is you guys in, and you're paying quite a bit of money for rent. Daily rent's 320, so after today we should be getting in a lot more money. So the next thing is financial offices. You guys also require an IT computer repair service, which we can go ahead and build. What else do you guys require? Prefers upper floors, noisy. I'm going to go ahead and start to put you guys in now, so the creative offices. Let's go ahead and start to do this. So we're good there, and then we're good there as well. Then what else? Medical. Medical, you guys are going to have to go downstairs. I'm not going to lie. And unfortunately, again, we've run out of money, but we're much closer now, so we need to go ahead and actually implement the medical offices, which is a bit of a problem. So we're going to have to go ahead and build these guys lower down. That is what we're going to have to do. Now my next question is, how wide is an individual medical office? So, is it the size of 2 small offices? A medium office, sorry. So 1, no it's not, it's and a bit more, which is a bit of an issue. So where are we going to remove offices essentially from? That's the bottom line. And it's probably going to be... What I'm thinking is, it's going to have to be this section here. I'm going to remove some of you guys. That's probably what's going to have to happen. Now it looks like one of the commercial units moved out here, which is interesting. So we can add in a small office in there as well for the time being. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And as we can see, we're already up to like 4,000 bucks, which is great. 4,500 in fact. So let's not do the medical. Let's go ahead and start to implement some of these financial offices for the time being. There we go. And then let's go ahead and add in this IT service. So this is something which I actually implemented a way back in like episode 3 or 4 in preparation of this, but I removed it because no offices actually required it, and it would have just been a bit of a waste of money really for the time being. So computer and IT services, unfortunately it doesn't look like we're going to get you guys up here, so you guys are going to have to live all the way down in the basement, but I'm sure that's not much of an issue, and you're just going to slot in, I think, there for the time being. So it's going to be a little bit of a commute, but it's going to work out not too bad. Right, so with that done, we're going to go ahead and start to remove some of these smaller offices, and I'm also going to have to remove quite a lot of you guys actually. Yeah, it's going to have to happen though. But do you guys like, what's your other condition? You had another condition, and I'm not really at all sure what that was. So medical offices, so you guys, so you don't mind noise and you just don't mind smell, which is good. But you just prefer lower floors. That's the problem with lower floors, you get noise and you get smell, just because there's so much more people moving around down here, which is understandable, but at least you don't have to, at least we don't really have to worry about that. So let's start to evict people, and it's something which I don't really want to have to do, but we're going to have to do it to manage to complete this contract, which we've been doing this contract, I don't know for how long, for a ridiculous amount of time, not going to lie, but all that is getting removed, which is nice to see. And we're at 16 stars prestige as well, which is looking good as well. I think we've possibly completed something else though. Let me go ahead. Right now we've got 2 contracts on the go. I've got a feeling we've completed the 250 people one without having it unlocked. And as soon as we go ahead and complete this industry diversification one, then we can go ahead and instantly pretty much complete that one, which is good. I'm also really not happy with the standard of maintenance, guys. That cost me a lot of money, so I'll not do it right now, but there's a lot of grime. Even though you're on auto, there's a lot of grime which is not really being dealt with, which isn't going to improve satisfaction at all. Right, so what we're going to do is jump in and add in a medium there, there, and there. Then what we're going to do is go ahead and medical office. We've got everything here. We might need to go ahead and add in water to you guys though. That's the only thing which I might need to go ahead and implement. But outside of that, that's 3 of those in. They're going to get built, and that is finally going to be that contract complete. So let me go ahead and... Yep, there we go. $30,000 as well, which is great. So let me go ahead, before you guys move out, let's go ahead and add in some extra water pipes right along here like that. Again, I realise I'm being a little bit wasteful, I think, but $10 here or there isn't going to make that large a difference. Now, how are you doing? You're getting very, very close to being full, but I don't think these offices are going to trip it, which is good. You require a phone line as well, which is not great, so we'll go ahead and do that, and do not move out. Do not move out. I've given you your phone line. You should be good. Do not move out. There we go. So your satisfaction's on the up again, which is good. And that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much solved. Let's just go ahead and fill you in as an insurer very quickly. That'll do. Now, the final thing I said I was going to do was... What was I going to do? I wanted to go ahead and pay that $4,500 so we can go ahead and renovate some of those offices. So at least we've gone ahead and started this mass expansion, which is good, and in general things are doing much better. As of tomorrow we'll be back over $5,000, and I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of these offices out for the end of this episode. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that's me gone ahead and filled out everything at the top, so that is all the offices and also the remaining gaps for apartments. I built them and filled them up, which is nice to see. We'll go ahead and fill in that top left hand corner, and that is us pretty much done that massive expansion, and as you can see we're up to $12,000 plus a day, so it's definitely been worth it, that's for sure. Now, I am at episode 8, and I'm thinking that I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up at the end of episode 10. I'm not really at all sure what the response has been on the last 4 episodes, because I've not looked at the comments in the last 4 episodes, but before I record episodes 9 and 10, I will go ahead and do that. Now, I am willing to keep this series going for about maybe 12-15 episodes, but I can see myself getting to the stage where I'll be repeating myself very shortly, so I don't want to go ahead and do that. But there'll be a new episode in 2 days' time, and I'll bring you some more information on that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, rating, subscribe if you are new around here. My name is ConflctNerd Callum, and I'm out.